These are affordable, everyday wear fragrances that I would give a 10 out of 10. When choosing a signature everyday scent, I think there's a lot of boring choices out there right now with what's both blue fragrances as well as the Aventus-esque DNA out there. I don't like that, and I kind of want more unique fragrances to be people's signatures. So I kind of have collected a variety of styles over the years of fragrances that I think are signature material. They're balanced enough to be worn day and night, and at least 3 out of the 4 seasons as well, in order to fit the criteria in this video. Remember guys, for a fragrance to get 10 out of 10, it needs to have the great blends, the great ingredients, great performance, at least 8 hours longevity, great versatility, as well as a good price tag for what it is. Of course, affordable is a subjective term, but hopefully you guys will agree that all these fragrances are affordable and could be your next signature. So let's begin. Mancera Cedrat Boise Intense. So yes, I did say I don't like Aventus-esque fragrances being your signature, but Cedrat Boise wasn't even a clone of Aventus, and now Cedrat Boise Intense is like a completely different thing now, in my opinion. I don't really think this is that close to Aventus anymore. It's kind of maybe a similar family, but it's not Aventus-esque, I would say. Cedrat Boise Intense is smoky, citrus, woods with some interesting fruit notes like blackcurrant in there. It also has its unique leather and oud notes in here that gives it this very pleasant but still synthetic. I don't think this is real oud, for example, but it's a synthetic woodiness that really permeates through the fragrance, but it smells gorgeous. I really love this fragrance. It's masculine, traditional, but still a modern twist on this kind of DNA, as a traditional woody citrus cologne that's made more smoky and intense, full of character. I really like this fragrance. I love this flanker. I think it's better than the original. I get 12 hours longevity with medium projection, which I just think is fantastic performance, fantastic versatility, an easy 10 out of 10 for me. And yes, people might say this is not affordable, this is Mancera, but I think like right now, 84 pounds, you can get 120 ml. That is like what, maybe 60, 70p per ml. That's designer range. I think that like a mid-designer range fragrance would be that kind of price tag. So I do think it's affordable. That's my opinion. Alexandria Fragrances Black Panther. The Black Panther should be next on this list because, again, it's a woody citrus fragrance. It is a clone of Bvlgari's Tygar, which, again, it's not Aventus, but at the same time, it kind of feels like they kind of created that fragrance after the success of Aventus. People like smoky, woody citrus fragrances, but you know, the Tygar DNA is its own. A Black Panther, in my opinion, kind of makes Tygar redundant. It is very similar in its scent profile, 95% similar. It has a slightly not as realistic opening. I think the grapefruit in Tygar is better, but if you don't care too much about that, I really do think the price difference here just makes this so much more easy to pick up than Tygar. Still fantastic longevity as well, around 8 to 10 hours, which is impressive. So, you know, Tygar is basically a very simple scent profile of grapefruit, sandalwood, and ambroxan. And it's cool that it's such a fresh and sharp fragrance lasts such a long time. But because it's so simple, I think it probably was overpriced, the original Tygar. I really do think a clone like this that's done it justice can really replace it, in my opinion. So if you want a really fresh, sharp, invigorating signature to wear all year round, will get you compliments, in my opinion. This is a high compliment factor fragrance. Go for Black Panther. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Lattafa's Oud for Honor and Glory. This is a fantastic recent discovery. A lot of people know Oud for Glory by the same brand, which is meant to be a clone of Oud for Greatness. And I kind of saw this other flanker, which I never really heard of. People don't really talk about this. And yet I saw it has good ratings on Fragrantica. It's not really a clone of anything, and the note breakdown seems really interesting as well. So I tried a sample, and then I immediately, very quickly, very shortly after, got this full bottle. Fantastic signature. This is powdery cinnamon pineapple with a slight creme brulee gourmand notes, made very woody, smooth, and very attractive. This is a very nice, balanced, fruity gourmand. A really interesting, super distinct, unique signature. I think this is the kind of fragrance people go for. If you like fragrances like Beau, Le Parfum, you go for this. I don't think it's a clone at all. I don't think this is a clone of anything, but it's kind of like that similar vibe. This is the fragrance you go for. I think this is more attractive than Beau, Le Parfum, in my opinion. Beau, Le Parfum, to me, is a 9 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10. 8 hours longevity, medium projection, and it's super affordable. This definitely fits the criteria of affordable. This is what, 20 pounds, 20 to 30 pounds? So good for the price. It smells so much better than that price tag. Super high quality. This is a fantastic discovery. I'm surprised not more reviewers talk about this. You guys might see the hype for this increasing because I'm now going to be pushing it a lot. I think more people should know about this. So check out Oud for Honor and Glory. Giorgio Armani Code Parfum. Easily the best version of Armani Code in my opinion. It is rich, smooth, aromatic tonka bean, made very nicely balanced, very easy to wear with some citruses in here. It has this touch of woodiness and a touch of powdery iris in here as well. That isn't overbearing, just a very tiny touch by that. Really nicely done, smooth blend that is mature, classical, easy to wear, lasts a long time, around 10 hours with a soft and medium projection, a really classy, more mature, let's say slightly mature fragrance. I think only a slightly mature scent. Maybe someone in their mid-20s should rock this and up, but it's still very beginner friendly at the same time, but it's not smelling boring. I think this is a fantastic DNA. It's just stood the test of time for around 20 years now, and I think the Parfum just reinvigorates that in modern times. Mosino's Toy Boy. I know the haters are coming at me in the comments right now, but yes, I had to feature it in this list. Toy Boy to me is a 10 out of 10. You gotta like rose, you gotta like creative perfumery, you gotta be a bit of a risk taker with this signature, but I think this is fantastic. A really creative way to incorporate rose into men's perfumery. I've always said it before, this is niche perfumery in a designer packaging. It is strong, great performance, great use of naturals and a great blend as well. Masculine, spicy rose with a hint of greenness, a nice muskiness backbone in there as well. It has a hint of soapiness from the rose, but I think it's just a very invigorating and attractive scent that's very playful and doesn't take itself too seriously, as the bottle suggests really. I think the bottle is appropriate in that regard. And as I said, you get 12 hours, medium to loud projection. It's a head turner. In my opinion, a high compliment factor fragrance as well. So I think, for how affordable this fragrance can be, depending on where you're looking at it on discounters online, this is a fantastic everyday signature. If you really want to stand out, try it first in department stores if you can. Dior's Fahrenheit Eau de Toilette. The Le Parfum is great. Dior Fahrenheit in general has had many good flankers over the years, but I think that Dior Fahrenheit, the original, is just a masterpiece. It's just a classic. It's never going to go out of style, in my opinion. People might hate on it now, but I still think it's going to stand the test of time even 20 years from now. It's rugged, masculine, green leather perfumery with that fiery petroleum effect people talk about, but it's just a classic. It just smells so gentlemanly, but can also be just very masculine and rugged as well, like a bad boy scent also. Great versatility, great performance, around 10 hours of media projection. I still think, to this day, if you really want to stand out with your signature, but still have something that's really pleasant, just makes you smell like a man, you want to smell manly and rugged, Dior Fahrenheit Eau de Toilette is still one of the best in my opinion. Hugo Boss Bottled Elixir. So this is more of a signature for the cooler weather in fairness, so let's say spring, autumn, and winter time, but that's still 3 seasons. I think this is a fantastic day and night signature. It, to me, smells like Dior Sauvage Elixir. I took that idea and they kind of calmed it down and smoothed it out. I mean, it's just more easy to enjoy, appreciate. This is more of a playful, smoother vanilla that's kind of spicy, fuzzy. It doesn't have that as much intense Middle Eastern spiciness that Sauvage Elixir has, in my opinion. It doesn't have that annoying ambroxan anywhere near as prevalent as well compared to Sauvage Elixir. And I still get fantastic performance, 8 to 10 hours. It has a medium projection. I think it's got some seriousness to it. It's got some masculinity. It's got a little bit of maturity as well, and I think it still smells playful and seductive also. So it has a lot of different facets and things going for it. I think it's one of the best designer scents released recently, and I think it might be actually the best Hugo Boss fragrance out right now. In fairness, I haven't tried all of them, but from what I've tried, this is easily my favorites. And lastly, Dior Homme Original. I have Dior Homme here, but of course there was a 2020 version which kind of replaced this one, so now they've renamed the original Dior Homme, made in 2005, the first time it was released, and they call it now Dior Homme Original. So if you go to their website, that's how you're gonna find it. That's the release you need to go for. Dior Homme Original, kind of like Fahrenheit, is revolutionary. It's introduced iris into masculine perfumery. This is clean, powdery iris with a strong woody backbone in here as well. Super handsome, super sexy. And it lasts 12 hours in the media projection. It's got fantastic beauty in it, it's artistic, it's very distinct as well, while still rocking that performance. I honestly think you could just rock this all year round. Like, I just think if you want like a beautiful signature that makes it stand out, it's more of an artistic impression of what fragrances should be, then I think this will really make it stand out. I think it smells a lot more interesting than Dior Homme 2020 in my opinion. And that concludes this video, guys. Did you discover any new interesting signatures from this list I've given you today? What are your thoughts as well? Do you like to see people rocking more interesting signatures that are more unique to them? Let the layperson go for the blue fragrance. I like a blue fragrance as much as the next guy, but sometimes as fragrance collectors, you really want the cool and unique stuff to be your signature. So tell us, guys, what is your unique and interesting signature? Let us know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous video on versatile fragrances, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.